Hi, welcome to Tag Arcade. And in this episode, I'm going to be talking about screenshots. So why is screenshots so important? Well, screenshots are used as promotional pieces. So if you want to sell your game, you got to provide customers with screenshots. If you want to submit your app to the various app stores, you have to provide screenshots of your app. Well, this could be really annoying and tedious because you would have to compile and run your game on all the different apps or devices, I should say. So that means on every iPhone, iPad, Kindle, Android devices, Samsung, it's very tedious and annoying. So I was thinking, or I was wondering to myself, can you do this in Unity 3D? And is this so much easier? So I went ahead and asked my trusty friend Google. So I asked it, Unity 3D screenshots, but most specifically for App Store app submission. There we go. And guess what? Yeah, apparently other people have the answers to this. So I found this one. So I'm just going to leave the URL at the top here, but definitely pause the video if you want to copy it down. But here it is. Someone shows you a code of how to make a screenshot. And I was like, oh, wow, this is wonderful. So what I did is I took it and brought it into Unity. But first, I had to clean up the code. So here's my modified version. So I used the key code function for the key to press, and I got rid of the ID because I really didn't need to know which number picture it is because it already has a date stamp, an hour stamp, a minute stamp, so I just didn't need another piece of information tagged on to the file name. So once again, if you need to copy this down, pause the video, and you could definitely type this all up. So once you do that, you could go into your, I guess, the game library. So it actually doesn't store it in the asset folder. You would have to go one level up into where all your Unity project is. And also, when you have the script, you have to attach it to the main camera. If you don't attach it to the main camera, it will not work. You will not get the screenshots. So once you apply it to the main camera, we'll hit play, it's going to automatically create a folder for you in here. It's going to be called screenshots. And this is where all your screenshots are going to go. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off my music over here. So now, when I looked at my modifier for my main camera, my key to press is just the letter K. You could go ahead and change this to whatever you want. I just like K because that's what the original developer used. So now if I just press the K on the keyboard and I go in here, I now have a screenshot. And I labeled it Kindle because the last screenshots I was taking was for the Kindle Fire stuff. So I prefixed it with Kindle. You could type whatever you wanted, iPod or promotional piece, so that when you take a screenshot with the letter K, it tags it on to the file name. And this makes doing screenshots a whole lot easier. So right now, if you look on here, my screenshots are about 1193 by 885. So the reason why the screenshots are in weird dimensions is because of the game window. It's taking a screenshot of exactly what resolution the game window is. So if you need a specific resolution, then you would have to change, I guess, the aspect ratio here. So for example, I had to do a Kindle submission that required 1280 by 720. So I created one 1280 by 720. If you notice on the top right hand corner, it sort of flashed onto the screen what the screen resolution is. And if I resize it, you could see it on the top right. It says using resolution 1179 by 663. So even though I set the resolution at the top corner of 1280 by 720, it's not going to record at that resolution because my game window isn't scaled that size. So to remedy it, you could increase it so that that white text box on the top right goes away and that you have like a border around the game window. Now when I take a now when I press K for my screenshots, it is now my 720 by or 1280 by 720. There's another way of doing it too to get the resolution, and that's simply upscaling the picture. So how do you do it? Well, let's say I wanted to get 1280 by 720, but I don't have that resolution. So what I could do is I could say I'm going to create a Kindle half scale, or call it Kindle half, and I'm just going to say 640 by 360. Hit OK. So I now have it at half my scale. So if I hit play and I try to do a screen capture, it's going to say, well, let's give it a more meaningful name. Let's say half. So now if I do a screen capture, K, of course, half is spelled with an A, not an E. Uh, but yes, you can see I'm at 640 by 360. So what I could do is, if I want to upscale it, first I'll rename this to half properly, but I could scale it by a factor of 2, the resolution modifier. So now when I do my screen capture and the correct spelling, now it took the resolution that I had, the 640 by 360, and multiplied it by 2. So now I have my 1280 by 720. So that's how you get the screen resolution for the stuff that you want without actually having, I guess, the resolution on your monitor. So hope you find this video informative, and if you enjoy it, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. So until next time, have fun and keep on creating games.